So this is about Azure data engineering. So zero to hero course is nothing but it turns around the Azure data engineering. Basically, like whatever you have on the Azure side of data engineering, you will have the contents being covered in the course. So the basic knowledge of this course is like, I mean, you don't need anything, and don't need anything in the sense you just need open mind to get into this course. Basically, so like so whoever are interested into the data engineering space and cloud as well. So this is a good course for us. This is a good course for any engineers, to understand and get into it. So current market we have major players of cloud like Azure, AWS, and GCP, and we have the stack separately in all the three cloud networks on data engineering tools. If you learn the Azure data engineering, more or less you can relate to similar tools in the AWS or GCP, and then you can usually understand. So basic thing is if you have basic knowledge of health, etc., that is enough for starting this data engineering course. So this is about it. So let me get into that. So like what you learn on the course content, if you have doing this, you have these many set of tools in the Azure space that you will learn and you will be able to excel in this course. Like Azure fundamentals, Azure fundamentals, like what is Azure and what type of tools that you have in Azure, and all this stuff that we will cover it up in the first few sessions, and you will speak about VMs, you will speak about the networks, and you will be able to we will help you in getting into the Azure CLI and Azure UI, that how do you create the services up and running and all these things. And then getting into the Azure data fundamentals. Data fundamentals is like we speak more about the data specific tools that we have in Azure, and the types of and the various formats in data file storage, and the storage, and then distributed storage. Then you have type of file formats and the tools that we have for future engineering and all this stuff. So all these things that we have. And this data lake storage is nothing but the storage. Azure storage, where you store your files or your blobs, or your any kind of thing like images, file storage, blobs, or your data, which is in Parquet or any kind of things that you can store. You have Azure ADLS Zen 2 as well. So that is also covered here. So basically, it's a distributed lake storage. Zen 2 is for data engineering stuff and big data related things actually. And then SQL databases. SQL databases is where you have what type of SQL databases you have, and then I mean, what is the difference between Azure SQL databases and the native databases, and what features that Azure is giving. All these things that you will learn. And then Synapse Analytics is another tool for the big data ETL platform, where you do all this Synapse related stuff, like SQL pools, Spark pools, all these things that you can do. Then you have the data factory. Data factory is nothing but the pipelining tool, where scheduling tool. Basically, you will have the pipelines built, and if you want to pull the data, if you want to build a data pipeline, you want to schedule and run, then you use the data factory. Basically, you will have the pipelines in that, and you will have the scheduling times in that. And inside that also, you will have pipe-to-pipe connections between the SQL and Synapse, or Synapse to Databricks, or Databricks notebooks execution, etc. So that is about the data factory. And Event Hub and Stream Analytics is more about the streaming, like messages that you get from events or streams, like for the real-time streaming, real-time transaction processing, etc., that you can use it for the Azure. And Databricks is nothing but it's purely on the Spark and data science kind of thing. Like you have the notebooks, you can write them on Scala, Python, or Java. These three tools, or R as well. These four technologies that you can write, or you can build your Spark jar and you can directly put it into the Databricks, and you can use the Databricks just for the executions. So these are the Azure big data engineering data stack that you have uh, for the tools that you have. Similarly, on AWS, you have different things like S3 equals to data lake storage, and Databricks is also there in AWS. Similar databases, data factory, similar things that we have it in AWS. But why are we going to the Azure is because Azure is kind of more inherited in the market by the clients. It is little cheaper when compared to the other markets, and you are getting the more expertise in the Azure. So that is the reason personas are also more. That is the reason we have this Azure data engineering. So this is about what you will learn, and adding to that, you will learn these three. Like Spark, you will learn why, because you will have to deploy all this stuff, and you'll have to learn the Spark stuff as well, right? Being a data engineer, Spark is the major ETL framework that we have here, and Scala as well. Basically, we choose this program to be, this curriculum to have the Scala as a basics. So basics is nothing but like how do you write Scala, ETLs, etc. And the SQL, you do the joins, group by, orderings, cluster by, and then select statements, etc. When you have a table, all this stuff that you will learn, right? So what you'll achieve, basically you will achieve data engineering concepts, basic concepts of data engineering and its terminology, like big data, what is a variety of data sets, and then volume, veracity, all these things that you'll learn. And then you have the Azure fundamentals. Basically, you will be stepping into the Azure side of it, Azure related courses, and you will get familiar with the Azure, and you'll get some hands-on on the Azure as well. As I said, you will have SQL, Scala, and Azure related databases as well. You will learn, and then Azure specific data engineering tools and Spark, all these things that you will achieve, and you will be able to pursue in that direction. So on the certifications front, so what all you can learn, you can write from the Microsoft provided certificates are like Azure AZ900, which is the default one or the basic one, Azure fundamentals, Azure DP900, Azure data fundamentals, and Azure DP203, which is the data engineer certification, DP203 and 204 as well, I think, for the data engineering certifications. So if you go dig deeper, you can write many more certifications as well. I can help you and I can guide you in writing those things. But as of now, just to learn this data engineering course, you can write these three, you can cover these three Azure certifications. And adding to that, if you're interested, you can go for the Spark certifications like Databricks provided certifications, Spark developer, or Spark engineer kind of certifications that you can write. All right. So that is it. I'll go through the course content, like as I said, what we have, and I'll just show you the course content, what we have, and then you can go through. Yes. Yeah. So I think you guys are able to see the screen. So this is in deep, session by session or topic by topic, what we have, what are we going to cover. So in the fundamentals, we cover the creating an Azure account and the respective understanding the regions and Azure zones, availability zones. What is an infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service that we have. All these things that are specific to Azure fundamentals that we cover. And then on the data fundamentals, we have the data formats, what type of data formats are the big data that we have, and structured, semi-structured, etc. And then various databases in this Azure, relational databases, all these things that we cover. And adding to that, you have you will go in deep, like features of relational database like keys, foreign key, primary key, clustered index, joins, all this stuff that you will go. And you have the NoSQL like Cosmos DB or Cosmos DB we have here in Azure. That Cosmos DB can be integrated with SQL API, MongoDB, or Table, Gremlin, any kind of thing. I mean, like, so you are coming from NoSQL DB and you wanted to go into your SQL database in the Azure, then you can use this Cosmos DB API and you can do that basically. So that is on the NoSQL side. And Azure storage, the storage side, like as I said, block storage, file storage, blob storage, and ADLS Gen 2, all these things that we will understand. And the basics of data analytics and what is this big data, data warehousing, Hadoop, Spark, Databricks, all these understandings, comparing of ETL versus ELT, and additional stuff like data factory, signups on a high level that we will go. I mean, so that we will prepare yourself to understand this terminology and the data analytics and what tool does what specification, all this stuff that it will that we will cover. And then a few mandatory things that you need, resources hierarchy, all these things. And then we'll go into deeper of tool by tool. This is about the ADLS Gen 2, Gen 2 like storage account, SQL, connecting Azure storage to the SQL database, connecting Azure storage to Databricks, all these things that we will cover here. And transact SQL, like SQL, as I said, right? You will understand and learn the SQL, seek, select, class, where, order by, aggregate, group by, having all these functions that we will cover here. Whereas in the Synapse, we will go entirely on the Synapse tool. What is Synapse? Synapse is purely a data warehousing tool in the Azure, like where you have the SQL pools and Spark pools that you can create, and you can do the insert, you can do ETL operations, and you will have a lab works as well. You create external tables in the sense like external table and internal tables within the Synapse, all this stuff that we will cover it up. So everything is in step by step, deep point by point that I have noted here. And then you have a data factory. What is a data factory and how is it data flow, types of formats and loading the data into the data factory, types of runtime environments, all these things that we cover it in the data factory. Similarly, Event Hub, we read the data from the JSON, some sample JSON files, and push it into the Event Hub as a producer, and we consume it on the other side, like as a consumer from the Event Hub. We can have the serializations as well, like different types of serialization formats when you move the data between the network. Then you have the Scala notebooks and Spark Scala basics, I said, right? Like these are the Scala basics that we cover, and little Python, not much. Little Python, we focus more on the Scala. Then we have Spark pool, all these things that are needed for notebooks and Synapse, Spark pools, all these things that we will use it here. And then the Databricks side, we will go through what is Databricks, clusters creation, and the notebooks creation, workspace, and structure streaming. Like you stream the data from Event Hub or something, and then all this stuff that we will go through. Then security side of it, we will go through few Synapse security, data lake, all these things like what firewalls, all these things that we will go through. Then monitoring, like you will start a session and then you will have to monitor it, right? Like how long it has been using, if it is going beyond all these things that we will have to cover, like kind of alarming the users, like this your billing is more getting high, and workload, retention points, all these things that we will actually go for the monitoring. And we will. So Key Vault also we will touch a little. Key Vault is user for secret. This is the course content that we have it. And if you are specifically looking for anything to be added, and if you feel something is not included here, then we can add them as well. So this is about the more content. This is in deep. It covers around 45 days to 1.5 month. 1.5 month mostly. It will take 1.5 month to 2 months if we go in deep. And if we leisurely per day, have 45 minutes to 1 hour session and 30 minutes of your practice or something. If you can do, then we will go for 45 minutes, 45 days to 1 hour. So this is about it. So yeah, I'm just stopping my screen, and I'm just stopping my screen, and then you guys. Okay, sorry, I didn't share the screen. Sorry. So I hope you can see that now. So this is all about screen. Yeah. So as I said, this is the entire content. This is the entire content. I believe you will receive this Word document before you start start the course or session, or I'll ask the team to share this content to you guys so that you guys can go through. This is about it. This is about it. That's it. Uh, that's it from my end. Yeah, I will stop sharing, and I will. Uh, yeah, we will share the content. I will stop sharing, and then I'll go to the questionnaires and see what is it, what is being asked by people. Okay. Yeah. So okay. I'm sorry. I didn't share the screen before. So I hope the content will be shared to the people. So I will unmute people whoever has raised the questions. So yeah, Sanket, you are all free to talk. So what's your question?
Hey, hi. Thanks for the session. First of all, my question is, I have almost 7 years of experience in IT
Mm-hmm.
field. I
Mm-hmm.
worked in automation testing domain.
Mm-hmm.
I want to switch to any other technology like Azure data engineer or data science. So,
Mm-hmm.
like considering my experience and uh, considering my experience, what you suggest? What for which course I can go either data engineer or data science.
See, basically, data science is a vast subject. Which you are into testing, automation testing on UI side or data side? Which side you are into?
Like I am in UI side and API side, not on
Okay.
data.
So you
Yes,
you are not on data and you have less experience towards the data, right?
yes,
Uh,
yes.
so I suggest actually to kickstart with the data fundamentals basically, and go through the data engineering and data science as well. Both the courses in the sense. Don't spend much in the beginning, I would say.
Hmm.
Just try to understand the data engineering factors and try to go through the data science factors as well. See where your interest goes in. Basically, like data. I mean, to be frank, actually, I don't recommend people to make your data science as a primary tech skill for any person. Being I have experience in the data engineering and data science as well, but I keep switching whenever is needed. Data science, if you look at it, the opportunities are less, and it is more on the exploratory side. But for the data science to be strong, you should need a data engineering as well. It will be overlap here and there actually. So this course is specifically for the data engineers. And if you understand, if you like, you can definitely go for the data science as well and try. I mean, it's just an experience. You're already having 7 years experience and you are already working. So there is no harm in trying for one more month and see the course content and understand whether you go for data science or data engineering. Make your hands dirty. That's what I would say. I hope.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I got clear. And one more thing, let's say, as I have 7 years of experience, let's say, I go through the data engineering course. So what your experience, like how much package I will get if I switch to a data engineer, like any specific range for, let's say, if I from 1 year now, my experience will be of 8 years, and then I have, let's say, switched to other company, and if I get a chance to work in the same company, and within the internal mobility to other project which is based on data engineer. So what's your like experience, like how much package I will get? I am audible?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, now you are audible.
Sorry, I just got dropped off. So I missed your last question.
Yes, I will repeat. Like my question is like I have 7 years of experience. Let's say I will start data engineering course, and let's say for
Hmm.
next 6 months, I study and in the deep. And let's say after 8 years of experience, how much
Hmm.
package I will get on based on the data engineer knowledge and
See,
like.
you can't go as a fresher, right? I mean, you should put yourself, make yourself resume prepared for around at least 3 years, 4 years around the content that you have learned and the projects that you have worked on. You will have to
Mhm,
change your resume a little bit, and then you will have to go for the data engineer trials actually. And being an 8 years experience with the 3 4 years of experience in the Hadoop industry, definitely on the current package, you will get 40 to 50%. If your package is below 10, definitely you will cross 2025 for sure.
currently, my package range is in between 20 to 25. So
Okay,
like
in between 20 to 25, then you will get 30 to 40% hike on that. 40% for sure.
okay, got it,
Yeah.
clear now. Thank you, thanks, man.
Thank you. Yes, Sanket, Arun Srihari, and Gopi Naidu.
Sir, what is the course duration?
45 days to 1 month, I said, right?
Got it. Okay.
So I'm just allowing
I
people to
like
talk. Whoever has raised the voice.
yeah. So so mainly this course is not for the Azure admin, right? It's mainly
It's
involved
not for
to
admin.
Azure data engineer, right?
It's specifically for the data engineers. It's not for the admins. Yeah.
Okay. By the end of the course, are we able to do the certification in Azure data engineer?
Yes. DP 203. As I said, DP 203 is the Azure certified course, and you will be able to clear it up. Yeah.
Okay. Without Azure admin or fundamental certification, Azure data engineer will be highly visible, right?
Yeah, it's highly visible. See, that's what I'm saying. You can directly write a data engineering course, or you can write the data fundamentals, or you can write Azure fundamentals. All three certifications you will be able to clear it up.
Okay, so in this course mainly we'll be involving 3 to 4 technologies like have you mentioned SQL you mentioned
Yeah,
and
SQL, Spark, Scala as a basics. We will go, and we focus morely on the Azure tools, like which tool, how it works, what does it work, and all this stuff. If you are specifically looking for Spark and all these things, then you should go for a core big data engineering course. This is kind of mixed, like covering with Azure and the data engineer.
okay. So what exactly the data engineer does in the day-to-day life?
In the day-to-day life, data engineer work is to do ETLs, right? ETL stuff, writing the ETLs, taking the data and putting into some targets and doing some transformations on the data, adding additional columns, and giving the data for the Tableau reporting, etc. Tableau or some kind of reporting, or giving it as a file to the downstream, or some real-time streaming, identifying the fraud detections, and then many more, much more. So data engineer works speaks around the data, talks around data. Anything, the stack is more about Spark for the ETL framework, and then For the streaming, you will have Kafka. Then you have any other streaming tools like Kafka. Then you have JMS, all these things, and then even have stream analytics, all these things that you have. And then on the storage side, you have Hadoop, then S3, Hadoop, HDFS S3 for from the Amazon, and Azure ADLS for the Azure. So yeah, on the SQL, you have multiple, like Hive you have for the native, and then you have SQL pools, Databricks, all these things are SQL, Synapse Analytics, Cosmos DB, all these things on the Azure side. So he works around all these things. And then for the schedulings, he goes for Airflow or Uzi or some kind of traditional native scheduler which is available in his current organization as well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Coming to the openings, like how good there are available openings for the data engineer?
Plenty of openings. You don't have to worry about it. Right now, even in the market, I mean, if you are 3-4 years experience, then obviously you will get at least 4-5 offers in hand when you try. But if you are going experience more, due to current market, the number of offers that you get will be little less. But opportunities are there, and if you have experience and if you have zeal to learn and work, then obviously you have.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Avinash.
Thank you.
Hello, Avinash.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Srihari from this side.
Yeah. Hi, Srihari.
Hi, good morning.
Good
I
morning.
know Avinash ETL process in actually on premises works like HDFE also premises works big data like.
Yeah. HDFS is for the
Yeah.
on-premise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Azure Data Cloud is engineer also ETL process like same like.
Yeah. In Azure Cloud, you have ETL. In Azure Cloud also, you will have ETL. But in on-prem native, you will have HDFS, Hive, Spark, which runs on the native Hadoop distribution. But here, you will run the ETLs on the Databricks or Synapse Analytics or Cosmos DB or Azure SQL Data Warehouse.
Yeah.
So the stack is more or less different, but the work-wise, it is more or less the same. But only thing is the way you work, the way you execute, all these things matters. Yeah.
Okay. I know Avinash, Informatica ETL tool is there,
Okay.
ODI tool is there. Yeah.
Those are costly, right? Like and customer and clients to buy them. So but here that's why people are getting into the Spark and all this. But still, Informatica, everything. It is doing their own work for the heavy workloads and all these things and for the SLS. But here you will have to little leverage the SLS, but the cost wise it saves a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would like to interested in cloud data engineering, Avinash. Currently working on a mainframe technologies like COBOL. Yeah, in the future I would like to interested in cloud data engineer.
Sure.
Yeah.
So kickstart with this course, then I think you will slowly get into it. You will understand. Yeah, because anyway you are into you are into the data space, and then you are familiar with the Informatica and mainframes and other stuff. So this is good learning for us.
Yeah, actually Avinash, I know Oracle database I know, and ETL processes I know, and data warehouse concepts also I know. All the other things I know, but on premises I know, but cloud is I don't know exactly what bit. But in future I would like to interested in cloud data engineer in the future.
Sure.
That is the main thing from my side. Python is required for this technologies.
It depends. Like we speak more on the Scala, but as an exploratory, you can try with the Python also. I have expertise. If you have something to help also, I can help you.
Yeah, mostly Scala is preferable this cloud technology.
For this course specific, I am talking about Scala. But if you are interested for Python also, that's fine. We can go.
Yeah, I know Python also object programming language. I know that is the little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Avinash. Thank you for Avinash.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
what are the
Hello,
timings?
Avinash. Hi,
Sorry,
Avinash.
let's one by one. One by one.
What are
Hi,
the
Avinash.
timings?
Yeah, this is V.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I am from the non-technical background. So presently, I am learning data science course. So and then now I heard like you're telling the data science in the field in that career field, like we have a less opportunities presently. So you want us to move to the data engineering?
No, nothing as such. See, comparatively, data engineering and data science will have less opportunities because data science is vast and people. Data engineering is like a tool in the sense like you have one tool, one specific boundaries, and you can learn. But on the data science, you should need a business knowledge. You should need the domain knowledge, programming, and then you should go deeper. You should have a mindset of trial and error thing, and you should have more patience as well. So data science opportunities are there, but good opportunities if you want. People will hire you for the data science, but you will not do the actual data science out there. You will do the dashboarding or you will
So
do
you're
some
talking
ETL
about
work.
like I have to have the business knowledge and the data analysis part and the all the
Yeah,
from
obviously, you should need all these things to get into a good career and a good company and good role. Yeah.
So the basically you mean like now presently if I get into one company, they'll give us a task to do a data analysis rather than the data science
See,
or
data
like the
science,
data engineering like that.
yeah, data science is not that you do only the predictions on the model, right?
Yeah,
Mostly it's feature engineering and data cleansing is what the major part, correct?
yeah,
So the
yeah.
data cleansing, if you are strong enough in the data cleansing and building some reports, etc., so then obviously you can maintain your role with that. And whenever you get an opportunity to the data science prediction model or building a model, etc., obviously you can pitch in. But that's what you should play. You should play a double role. That's what I'm saying. You should have two hats in hand, and
Oh.
you should play around. That's what.
So first of all, have to as you said, like I have to be like good in the data analysis, like the data cleansing.
Correct.
So
Correct.
and then I can fit into data analyst job or in data engineer job, right?
Correct. The engineer is totally different. Engineer, the current market, you should learn the tools. But tools, as I said, for the Azure, you have one set of stack. For the AWS, you have another set of stack, and for the native on-prem, you have a different set of stack. But for all these things, if you want to go with the data engineering and data science as together, you can go for a Spark Scala or Spark Python, because data science you might be learning on Python. So PySpark you can learn, and one file system, and then one databases. So you can slowly get into the data engineering as well. Yeah.
So how much is the fees and the duration for this?
Fees, I'm not sure. You can speak to the Naresh IT people after the course, after the session. So they will help you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Hi, Avinash. This is Pranit.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. Like I had an experience of 1 year in Android and web development.
Okay.
And in the last year ending, I just learned regarding the data DevOps AWS.
Okay.
And just I was planning for the data science next, because as present situation is also getting tight and very low. So what will be the better to do, like choosing the data science path or anything else?
See, it's up to you. It's your own interest. And currently, you are into which side? Sorry, I missed it.
Android and
Android. So I suggest. Completely data will be a different topic for you altogether. If you ask me, I'm not here to grab someone into this course. But I'm just saying web development is completely what I would say, it's a kind of an art. I would say art, like building an app and all these things. I suggest you kickstart with the cloud and DevOps first. I mean, if you are interested, because those will be little cakewalk and little easier for you. If you completely go into that side of it, data science, right? You will feel good the moment you learn 1 or 2 months, and you will feel good saying that, hey, where I am, I'm in the middle of some desert or something of that sort. So slowly get into this cloud, get into this DevOps, then slowly understand the data fundamentals.
Yeah, I already completed the DevOps course already. It's long back I completed, but as a less experience, less opportunities are there for this, like at present scenario, in the present scenario.
Because
that is
Hello, am I audible?
Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. I have one question. Yeah, actually, I have 8 years plus experience, and there is a two scenario. One is Azure Databricks, that component is the opportunity, and second is the Snowflake, AWS, S3, Mongo, Kafka. So, which will be better option on that cases? Please, can you suggest on that one?
It depends on the company's stack totally. As I said, data engineer is a kind of a warrior. You should not stick yourself to one specific tool or stack. So one technology like Databricks will be used in one organization extensively, and another company will not use the Databricks at all. They will go for the Snowflake and all, Snowflake and other stuff. It depends on the completely on the company or organization's direction. So if you go for if the company has Azure, definitely they will have the Databricks, because that is the place where they can execute the Spark, everything there. Or I mean, if they have extensively Azure Kubernetes service where they have launched Spark on
the scenario is there is a two scenario. One is the suppose company A is offering Azure Databricks engineer, and second is Snowflake, Python, S3, and some component of, you can say, Airflow. So depend on the upcoming market, and which will be the suitable suggestion or decision for that.
Both are more or less on demand. So the second company B, whichever you're saying is the AWS stack. Company A, whichever you're saying is Azure stack. If you have a zeal and if you have interest to learn, basically you get into a company where you have one such stack, and try to understand the other company's stack and try to learn on your own, so that next time when you get into the different different organizations, that will be helpful. So I mean, right now,
The problem is actually I got trained in data engineering side in PySpark, and that time it was a AWS. Then I got an opportunity in one organization where it was Azure Databricks and Scala. So somehow I have survived there, but after due to this some issue, I lost that one. Then these two opportunity I got, and one is again in Azure Databricks side, and second is now in Snowflake side. Again, for me, the Snowflake is new, AWS and S3, Airflow, these are components being new.
See,
So
see,
please can you
even for
guide
the
which be the better
organizations,
options? Yeah.
yeah, even for the organizations, getting 100% fit candidate is tough. Is tough. I mean, I being a data engineer for 7-8 years experience, the stack that I use in my previous organization and in my current organization is totally different. It's about your capability.
Oh.
It's about your capability. It's about your logical thinking and solving. Basically, on the interview, if you have no experience on Snowflake, then obviously they
Okay.
will not ask questions on Snowflake. They will ask questions on your SQL and everything, because you can inherit your writing your Snowflake queries, etc. if you have a SQL experience. So that is how it is actually. So that is how. So basically, for a data engineer, you should have a distributed knowledge, and ETL like Spark being major, being PySpark or Spark Scala, whatever it is, Spark API is major, and then one scheduling tool. It's not that you need to have 100% the stack that they are telling in the company that you will have, but you should work around. You should have an expertise working around those kind of technologies, so that it is easier for them to pick up. Yeah.
Yeah, there is not using as of now. They are not using any PySpark Spark framework. They are just using Snowflake, AWS S3 buckets, and MongoDB, Kafka, Airflow. So, but the ticket they are using is the depend on the requirement. So the
Okay.
thing
Yeah.
is, if the person they have on the PySpark and then giving them a different skill set, that is little bit difficult and challenging.
No. Beginning you will face the challenges. Why? Because the stack is different, but end of the day, the work what you do is the same. That's what I'm saying. You should be open yourself when you're going as a data engineer. One stack that you have in one organization will not be the same in the different. Yeah. Yes, Prasanna. Yes, Prasanna, you're asking something. Yeah, we can talk. Yes, Prasanna, you're talking. You're asking.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Avinash. This is Rakesh here.
Yeah. Hi, Rakesh.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, you're able to hear me? I was speaking on mute. Prasanna here.
Sorry, one after another.
Yeah, I can. I can proceed. I think
Sure.
if it's okay
Sure,
for
Rakesh.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I have around 9 years of experience in total, and actually I have around 1 year of experience in open source data engineering tool stack, like Spark with Scala Hive, and the HDFS and Airflow and all. And now in actually my current client, it's like they are all based on Azure data engineering. Like as of now, we are using like Data Factory and Synapse and some part of Databricks also, like from last 1 year. But it's like I have not, like right, it's not, though it's a data engineering project, but I will not be the only one who will be working on end-to-end stuff, right? So yeah, so in that direction, I wanted to ask like how how as a experienced person, experience somewhat some experience, how this course is going to help. And one more thing is also on the compensation side. Like I am already in the range of like 30, 34, 35. Okay. So after I complete this course, right, and I get some, like I have some working knowledge on this front. So if I do a switch, obviously you told that if I'm doing a good, like we are doing a good hands-on, then probably we can like we can show at least for 3 to 4 years of experience. So I wanted to ask whether if I want to show that 4 years of experience, should I still be showing that open source experience in my profile or not? Because when I
See,
last time
you should show. See, if you are switching into the data engineering space, you should show all the sorts of experience that you have: open source experience, your experience, everything that helps. So you're
yeah,
already on the higher brackets of package, and if you are expecting more, then basically, to my knowledge and with my experience, basically organizations expert more on building the distributed systems rather than specifically looking for any specific cloud technologies actually. So if you learn this one, it will be an added advantage for you. And on the on-prem experience you have, that's what you were saying. It will be an added advantage. It will be an added stack, but that doesn't make you add get specifically a job with a high pay only on the Azure. Why? Because as I said, data engineer is a kind of a warrior, and he should be uh, knowing everything. Even if he doesn't know something, he should have an open mind in hand to understand and learn. Actually, that's it. That is that. Just a minute. Yeah. So as I said, right, like data engineering is vast in today's market. So expectations are also huge. And if you're being 9 years experience and with those brackets, the expectations would be too much for them. And if you learn this course, I cannot guarantee that you will be getting into the specific Azure space of it, but it will be an added advantage to you. That's what I would say.
yeah, but like like I just wanted to ask, like suppose if I do right, so I can show that 4 years of experience, but
Yeah.
though my experience is 9 years, but I have the relevant experience will be my relevant experience will be only of 4 years, right? So
Yeah, that
I
is
can.
acceptable. That is acceptable. See, on a Hadoop side, big data came into picture in 2012. I mean, 2012 it started. So being in 11 years of experience, I have close to 8 years of experience in data engineering. So remaining, I am showing it to be a Java expertise because I really have a Java expertise. So similarly, you can show your Java or some kind of programming expertise behind. And if you know native and if you know Azure, you can increase the numbers like not 4 years, like 6 years, because you are already saying you have 9 years of experience, 6 years, and you say that you worked on this one, you worked on that one. But if you want to specifically go into the Azure, increase your Azure experience and then reduce the other expertise. So that will slowly will bring you into that career.
Okay. So like how about the opportunities? Like if I show go as a 5 years experience guy with that package, so are are there enough opportunities because you
See,
when
overall, as you said, you are already into the good brackets. So your opportunities will be less. Less in the sense you yourself will filter out the opportunities. Like let's say you have some bracket, like you will specifically focus on product companies, some kind of product companies which you like. Other than that, you will not go. Even if the companies offer more, Like let's say consultancy companies are offering more, but you don't show interest in going there. Actually, you will show
Yes,
interest.
sir.
So with that, the number of roles that you get will be limited, right? Similarly, your pattern of interviews will also change, like the expertise and the tough go tough actually. So that is how it is actually. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
but you'll have to be patient, and you will get an opportunity, because opportunities are more, and there are open opportunities as well. So you have to
Actually,
be patient.
when last time I switched, right? So I had prepared and like I had shown around 4 to 5 years of experience in the open stack, and I was able to crack it. Yeah.
Hey, even now,
Mhm.
open source is base for a data engineer, because we didn't know
Yes, yes,
start.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you rightly said that, obviously, because if specifically we are not working for a product base or something like that, and they have been continuously using a tech stack. Obviously, in a service based company, we will definitely get based on the duration of the project. Definitely, we will have to switch, right? Because maybe the client have budget constraint, and there is some like data security issues. Likewise, so and that stack will change. So yeah, obviously we have to keep on evolving, and we have to keep ourselves open to the
Yes, yes,
to the new stack or the new
yes,
technology stack which is coming our way.
yes.
But I just wanted to because this year, though it was like 1 year, and I didn't get good hike in my current company, so I was just thinking that
You are already on a good number. Nothing to worry. Nothing to
uh,
worry. See, 1 year it will be down, and another year it will be high.
yes, yes, that is the reason I was just thinking that if I
uh,
get some good course, and like if I build up on that knowledge, so can I go on the higher side? Because I know that once you reach a threshold, then it is hard to yeah, definitely it
yeah,
will be,
yeah.
opportunities will be there, but yeah, comparatively less.
For your experience, I suggest you to work towards designing side, architecting and building and doing POCs, etc., and trying out, making your hands dirty at least for the next 2 3 years, so that you will be getting into good shape and good position where you can focus yourself. You are from which location, basically?
Currently, actually, I was in Hyderabad for 7.5 years, and from last 2 year, last 2 years, I'm in an NCR location.
Okay, fine, fine,
Yeah,
Rakesh. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for your inputs, Avinash.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yes, guys. Anything else before we wrap?
Hello, Avinash.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. What is the difference between the cloud engineer and the data engineer?
That's what data engineer, cloud data engineer, or data engineer, cloud data engineer or data engineer.
Yeah, the cloud data engineer, or
See,
yeah, and the data engineer.
cloud data engineer. See, both the roles will overlap. First thing, data engineer is purely on the on-prem side of it, like as Rakesh was talking about, like he has Hadoop, Spark, all these things, where we call it to be a data engineer. Cloud engineer is like you work on the cloud specific tools like Azure, if you pick it up, Synapse, Databricks, Data Lake, Gen2, all these things. It's a cloud data engineer. So, yeah, in the market, in the market as a persona, if you see data engineer, there are no barriers. There are no barriers. If you put a cloud technology, then you are called to be a cloud data engineer.
Oh, so it's better to called as like an data engineer is the best one.
Yeah,
so
data engineer with cloud experience is the best.
So the data engineer
Which means
basically.
you end of the day you should know both.
Okay, so the basically the data engineer does with the cloud part also, right?
Yeah. See, if you data engineer, if the as I said again, if the organization demands, and if the organization is expected, the organization is expected to work on clouds specific tools, then obviously you will have to go. Yeah.
So my doubt is like the data engineer only extracts the data from the database and do the data cleansing, all these
Nothing as
stuff.
such. See, it's all depends on your organization, right? It's all
Yeah.
depends on your organization. If you are being placed as a data engineer, and if there is some stuff or some work around the data, they will not limit your technology and make you to work on that specific thing, right? They'll make you getting into the other stuff as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
Good
Sumit.
morning, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Sir, I have done a postgraduate in data engineering. So there I have learned a core concept of data engineering like distributed computing, Hadoop and PySpark. So now currently I'm looking for opportunities. So can you tell me like doing this certification will be a good decision?
This will be an added advantage, right? Like you have on-prem data engineer certification and course or data engineering experience. I mean, like learning experience. You take this course and you can also add Azure being as a data engineer, right? On the cloud technologies. On the cloud technologies, you can add Azure and you can add data ADLS Gen 2. Then you can add Databricks, Azure Databricks, all these things. So that with that you will be allowed to open much more opportunities.
Okay, and sir, can you tell me that as a fresher to enter in this industry, like to work on these technologies, what should I do?
You are already into learning phase, right? You make your hands dirty, keep applying everywhere, whatever the opportunities that you're getting. Obviously, you'll get it. Being a fresher as a data engineer, the skills are on demand. Don't think you will get an opportunity.
In my resume, what should I focus? Like, what are the major parts in which I should focus? So
whichever the technologies that you know, keep them. And if you work on one specific pipeline for 1 week, also just add them. And make the resume being picked up first. Then get the questions. I mean, like every interview, whatever the questions they're asking, just write it, note it down, and then in the next interview, make sure if the same question is being asked, don't try to not answer. Try to answer them. So with that, 4-5 interviews, it will be tough. Then slowly you will be getting into it.
Sir, actually, I'm applying like in job portals, but I'm not able to get the calls.
Yeah, because of the market, and probably if you can put some 2 years or 3 years of experience and try, then I think it might help. Just give it a try. Market is not good as of now. Don't worry, just give it a try. That's it.
Okay.
And
Sir,
keep learning.
If I put like 2 or 3 years of experience, and then in interview they will ask like where you have like this experience, where you have worked. So then what should I tell them?
Yeah, you tell them, no. So whatever the PG course that you have done, you would have done some pipelines of work, right? So pipelines, building the data pipelines. You tell them that
actually, sir, I have not like in our course building a pipeline was not included. It was it was basic of like how Hadoop works, what are their components, and some basic codes like ingesting data, streaming data.
Okay.
So
then pick up some cases, no? Pick up some use cases and try to do those courses, those cases. I think in the market you will have many more use cases, big data use cases. Try to do it on your own, and GitHub you have multiple, and try to explore Kaggle as well. Kaggle, so you will be able to get some hands-on experience, and also you will get some confidence.
Okay. Sir, in this course, like I have built strong foundation in Python and SQL. So now, what should I next step should be like? Should I do this certificate course?
Which certificate course?
This one, which you are going to teach.
Yeah, better. I mean, it is It is an added advantage, as I said, right? That's what it will be, an added advantage to you. Better if you go to this course, go through this course.
Okay, sir. Can you once again tell in short, like what is this certificate and for whom this is like meant for? In short.
This is for the data engineers. This is for the data engineers on Azure. If you want to learn Azure data engineers, if you learn this course, you will be able to clear 2 to 3 certifications, which will be an added advantage. So on the Azure side, you have the tools, whatever that are related to the data that you will have, and yeah, all the data specific tools on Azure that you can learn.
Okay. And sir, when you will teach this course, then after completion we have to give the test for the certification from outside.
It's up to you. It is up to you. Microsoft provided certification. I think it costs around 5,000 per certificate. If you are interested to write, then write.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I think that's it for the day, and we are closing the session. Any questions? If you have, reach out to the Naresh IT, and they will help you in redirecting it to me. Then we can speak if you have anything in specific that you want to. Sure. Thank you, guys.